Welcome to Watch What Crappens. To get our videos as soon as they're released instead of waiting for a week, head over to our Patreon. That's also where you'll find our bonus episodes and our Discord community. We love you guys. Well, hello and welcome to Watch What Crappens, a podcast for all the crap we love to talk about on ye old bruvs. I'm Ronnie, and that over there is a very handsome, thin, and well-coiffed Ben Mandelker. Hello, Ben.
Hi, Ronnie. How's it going?
Good. Happy Monday, buddy.
Happy Monday.
Super exciting Monday because Amazon Live is now going daytime, people. We're at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time, so it's coming up today, right now, in a minute. And then tonight on Crappy Hour, we've got Crystal Kung Minka from the Humble Brag podcast. So we're excited to talk to her. Come talk to us over on YouTube Live. You can find it on our Patreon. It's a free post. That's also where you find our newsletter, our bonus episodes that are covering traders right now, all of our videos, and ad-free listening. It's all at Patreon, guys. The newsletter and the Crappy Hours are all free. So go over there. And we are putting up the nominations for Golden Crappy Awards. Those go up this week, as well as the live stream tickets. You can buy those coming up Wednesday, the 4th. If you want to come see us in Hollywood, there are a few tickets left still over at watchwhatcrappens.com. That's February 27th. We're so excited, okay? I hope we see all of you there.
Yeah, that's going to be great. Can't wait for this ballot to come together. I was looking over everything that people have submitted over the past, 2 weeks or so, and there are so many funny moments that I've forgotten about. Like, it's just crazy. We get to this part of the year, and right now all we can think about is Salt Lake City and Potomac. Like, that was like a large number of the suggestions come from those shows. But the truth is that the Valley had such an amazing season, and Summer House too. And there's just all these things from 9 months ago that we just blatantly forget about. And it's so fun revisiting them all with everyone's suggestions. So, we're going to get the sorting house out after this, and we're going to get the categories ready. And it's going to be a fun one this year, that's for sure. But today we are going to be doing a bit of a 2-for-1 special on the podcast, because we've got Karen's big interview, her jailhouse interview, post-jailhouse, meaning jail, house interview, and Married to Medicine. The Karen interview was really fun to watch. It was really interesting, but it wasn't really like enough for a full recap. Could you imagine? And then Karen was like, I'm an alcoholic, but I don't want to say it. I mean, this doesn't really have it's just not quite like the recap stuff. But we definitely want to talk about it.
Why? So we could subject you guys to that, but let's all do ourselves a favor today. Yeah. So basically, we opened this Karen interview with her coming out of jail, which we saw last week at the end of the finale. Her coming out of jail and just wearing, like a scarf on her head and looking traumatized from wearing acid wash jeans. And then in the car ride, she's like, what? Roll down the window, roll down the window. And he rolls it down with the GoPro on there. And she's like, hello, Purple Panda Pants. It's me, Karen. I'll see you at the tally-ho, darling. And then rolled it back up and was like, I hope that was enough. I hope that was enough for the throngs of fans who appeared to say hello to me, the Queen Karen Yuga.
Roll it up. Roll it up. Okay, roll it down. Roll it down. Wait, no, I don't like this person. Roll it back up again. Okay, roll halfway.
Cookies there, cookie.
Do we have a cookie for Cookie? No. Okay, roll it up. Oh, wait, look, there's the man from the tally-ho. He's got a waffle. Okay, roll it down just slightly so we can insert the waffle through, but I don't have to talk to him. Thank you very much.
I didn't realize how much I missed Karen's ever-pursing lips until I saw them again. I mean, it's another character on that show. We missed Karen this season, and we also missed the constant pursing. Always got like a little bit of hair in the front of her teeth, or like so maybe something's coming out of her nose. She's like, and her deep thoughts lip purse. Love it.
Yes, it's classic. So
that's not really a purse, is it? A purse is like, what would you call this?
It's just
Swish?
like forever getting an herb out of your tooth.
Maybe like a lip swish.
Yeah, swish swish.
Like
So,
you're doing the
meanwhile-
the mouthwash in the front of your teeth.
Yeah, it's like a posterior.
I
Listerine
can't stop
face.
staring at myself doing that.
You're like, I've missed it all season, so I have to make up for it.
I'm
So
going to get an
Karen-
entire season of lip swishes in here.
So Ray and Raven and Karen's sister Bridget are at the house waiting, and they're just all sitting there. And then Ray's like, well, I'm assuming she's just going to open the door. And Raven's like, make an entrance. I mean, she's not going to ring the bell or nothing. I mean, I don't ring the bell to my own house, right? Imagine if Karen just came flying through the window. Like, well, that was a surprise. I mean, all our bets were on you coming through the door.
Down the chimney like Santa Claus. Ray! When did we put real wood in here, Ray? Since when? Is it me? Do you feel like now that Raven has grown up, she's playing a child? She
that's
seems
so
like
funny.
she seems kind of like an actress in a play playing a child, like someone who's too old to be in the role, and she's like, "Mommy, mommy, I miss you." She's just got that energy of like a theater kid.
Like a Gabriella Carteris sort of thing. I think that's such a good,
like she was
that's
casting
such a
Glee,
good-
but she's 30.
That's such a good call. Like she's like a big bow in her hair. Like,
Yeah.
I'm ready for bedtime, mommy.
that's
I miss
so
you so
funny.
much, mommy. Yeah,
That's
so she's
so
there.
funny. It's such a specific description, and it's so accurate.
Yeah, because I just can't believe she's so grown up now. I was looking at someone posted pictures of her like influencing or whatever, and I was like, when did she become a little lady? You know, and kind of like
Well,
a young Ray doing influencer
how's-
work.
Well, housewife children always go through some weird time warp where we see them in one season going off to college, and there's lots of cries and tears. And then the next season, it's like, well, now that they're graduated, I'm like, how did that happen? It's been 9 months, but they somehow graduated college already. Somehow, but the timelines between, when the show is shot, when it airs, etc., especially because like these shows don't always come back on the air an exact 1 year later. But in our mind, it's like, well, it's been 2 seasons, but really 3 years have passed, and they're just like, what? So now Raven is like 46 years old, and we're like, wait a second.
Yeah.
But
so
Raven's
that's cute. They're
complimenting.
happy. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yes, I was saying that she's complimenting Ray's little flowers that she got. She goes, "Oh my god, she's gonna love that. Oh, and the balloons too. And oh my god, oh, you got the sign." And she tells her aunt, like, "Yeah, every holiday, Dad prints out this fancy 2000s font every time, just a all caps Arial font with medium weight. I don't know why he loves that font, but I know we call him the Black Bill Gates, but like he really is attached to those Microsoft Word fonts, isn't he? Dad, aren't you?"
I faxed it. It's just like, well, very
The sign
slowly
that-
coming out.
The sign is actually 2 pieces of paper. The first is a cover sheet.
Yeah.
It's like one of two. You have to like scroll it. You have to peel it off to see the actual welcome home sign.
Yeah, so he's done that, and he's done the husband gift of flowers, which means he did something wrong, So that's interesting. And I mean, it's cute and everything, but he's basically like, oh shit, Karen's home. I was surprised he was even here. People were like, what? How come he didn't go to the jail to pick Karen up? A, Karen probably didn't want that. She probably wanted a solo scene to wave at her fans. B, you're lucky he wasn't in Florida. I thought he'd be gone the second she was in jail. He would be in Florida.
Now, I don't know what the policies are of picking someone up at jail, but I know that jail has very strict rules about every single thing. And so I would not be surprised if the policy was that one person could pick you up out of the jailhouse. And she's like, or I want that to be my stylist.
I
not
choose
looking
blue
outside.
eyes. I choose blue eyes. The
I chose
driver.
blue eyes. Actually, there probably is a limitation of how many people it can be. So you needed someone there to mic her up. You needed someone there to style her. That was it. She was like, well, unfortunately, Ray, you're not going to help me be TV ready. So you'll have to stay home and wait for me. I'll see you soon. Keep the window open.
Yeah. So she has her hair in braids, and she tells them that the girls in jail were so sweet to her and they didn't want her to leave without hair. So they all took part of their own hair their own extensions and put it on her, which is so sweet. It's like community. I don't know. It's like
nice.
like a can drive. It's like a can drive, but hair. People were
It's
just
like what I always-
anyone who likes Karen, just leave some hair in a box. We'll braid it onto her head.
Well, it's like when I see Chicago, I'm like, I know jails aren't really like that. But then when Karen tells that story, I'm like, are the jails like that? Were they all doing like the tango in there and being like, giving you like, here's a lock of hair for your man. Like, I just imagine it was a part of a big musical number that just never made it into the actual show,
It's
Chicago.
female jails, women, it's because it's fucking women. Thank God. Thank God for women. And people always wonder why gay guys only want to hang out with women. This is why, okay?
Yeah.
This is why, because women know how to take care of each other. Look at all the
do.
women we've seen to go to jail, not only on Bravo, but in the past decade. We've seen a lot, right? They come out happy. They all come out like they have great stories. They've got friends. Martha Stewart had ponchos. Teresa learned yoga or some shit. I mean, they all know, they all have great stories. The guys come out not knowing when they're farting anymore and being traumatized. That's how the guys come. I want to go to girl jail.
Look at all these wealthy women who come out happy from jail.
Well, that's true, but I mean, it's. Well, I'm trying to think of someone not healthy.
No, I agree. I have to
that came out.
imagine. I have to imagine, based on gross generalizations and stereotypes, that like women in jail, like it's probably rough and tumble, but also like there's probably a level of nurturing that us men are. It's just for the man, it's gonna be like butt fucking. It's like, here,
It's just straight up knock out your teeth.
Before you leave, let's butt fuck one more time.
It's like knock out your teeth to make my sex smoother. Just be done with it, But yeah, and women take care of each other, and yeah, and not to disregard the privilege that goes into that, obviously. But yeah,
well, but I mean, Karen
Girl
was
jail.
actually not. She was not at Camp Cupcake or anything like that. Like, she was doing real time.
Yeah, she was in
et cetera.
county.
But I do agree. I think, I mean, let's be honest. Women are better than men at all times, right?
Yeah.
Like, we acknowledge that, right?
Yep.
We acknowledge and we understand it and we accept it. But Karen's like, yes, they put the braids in. I think it's just so beautiful. It's so beautiful. Now, give me about 35 minutes while I go tear these things out and get a shower. Karen trying so hard to say how beautiful it is, while in her mind she's like, I have other women's hair in my head right now. Please let me erase this experience. I am ready to put an end to it. Thank you.
I'm going to go soak in disinfectant. I'll be back. So she goes up and soaks. And then, and she's telling Ray, oh, Ray, we finally got to date again in prison. Just me and Ray.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I don't know. I think she's got like the Lisa Barlow amount that she listens to Ray. Where this like forced her to not be on a phone or, scrolling or, drunk. And had to like just sit there and like stare at Ray across the glass,
And Ray's like, well, you look great. Welcome home. By the way, we got you a little balloon and some flowers. Oh, thanks, Ray, for the little balloon. Could you maybe have gotten like a lobster? I mean, at least something. We know she likes legal seafood. At least get some like clams or something. Like, I think you could do more than a little balloon, Ray. And
I
Raven's
felt so too. I thought it was kind of a lame gift. I mean, it's not like you're supposed to be rewarded coming out of jail, but I mean, something, I mean, you get your teeth pulled and you get a fucking Frosty at least. I mean, something.
Get a big balloon. Something. Raven's like, Mom, before I do my social studies homework, I want to point out that Dad printed out his font. His favorite font. That one. They just show the thing again. It's like, welcome home, all caps, Arial font.
Yeah. And she's like, well, Ray still has inkjet. That's good to know. Ray, wow, me and Ray dating again. Me and Ray. It was fun watching you try to do Morse code on the window. I remember just having to say, Ray, it's a phone. It's a telephone. Well, I hadn't seen one like that in so long. What do you mean we still have one like that in our kitchen, Ray? The corded. I just remember season 1 ragging on everything in Karen and Ray's house because it was all the old-fashioned version, like the fax machines and the
yes.
What was the other thing?
It was like corded phones
like
and like guitar systems, and it was everything. A Laserdisc player.
Yeah.
But
okay, so Andy comes over, which is big
yes.
for Andy to come all the way to Potomac and drive.
I know.
Yeah. So
That
he
was
he
wild.
comes and he doesn't look thrilled. He's like, "Hey, Karen, I have children, so let's get this over with." All right.
Yeah, so he walks in and he says hi to everyone's like, Ray, how are you? Wow, let me lay eyes on my friend. So Karen makes her like, she's all that entrance down the staircase. Like I was expecting to hear the kiss me under the CDD. Like she doesn't have the sunglasses, she doesn't have the glasses anymore in the braids. She's like pretty. And so, sorry, that's not to say that braids make you unpretty. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
she's
Geez, what
glamorified
the
up.
hell?
I know, that sounded so wrong. I apologize. But she's all glammed up and everything. She comes down and Andy's like, whoa, wow, good to see you're home. You are home right now. Wow, this is your home, right? Are you renting it? Well, don't make me cry, Andy. Don't make me cry. Did my face feel a little bit? Okay, just all the ladies in the jail gave me one eyelash, and I've stuck them into my eyes right now. So when you look at me, you're looking at a sisterhood.
Sisterhood eyelashes, Andy. Have a seat. I've set it all up for us.
But before they go in the living room, though, they go in the dining room, and Karen's son is there. And Karen's son is like a good-looking guy. And Andy's like, hey, whoa, who is that? Whoa, why have you been hiding from our cameras? Whoa, get over here. So what was it like when your mom was gone? Did you have to do a lot of push-ups? Hey, how's you been working out a lot? Let's see your progress. Okay, you want to take off that shirt right now? Okay. All right, well, it looks like our time is done here, Karen. Great interview.
Wow, Karen left for county jail and she came back to Boner Town. Oh, wow.
Yeah, he was just like, Andy could not stop staring at Karen's son. It was so funny.
Yeah, so he's there and Andy's like, why do you want to be on TV? He's like, because you ruin lives. Thanks for asking. I'm sorry I don't have anything to offer you. Would you like to eat this piece of paper with 2020 font on it? Please make yourself out. So we get started with this interview. I mean, I think for the most part, without getting too granular, I didn't really know what to expect. And by that, I mean, of course, I knew exactly what to expect. She gave a little bit more than I thought she would. I'd figured Karen would just show up with zero accountability at all. You can tell she's been told, like, Karen, you got to take some accountability. There's no escaping this. And she's very much like, here I am, me, Karen Huga, ready to take accountability, whatever this. Okay, fine. Let's do this. Am I an alcoholic? Of course not. Of course I'm not an alcoholic. I have a disease called addiction to pills that are prescribed only by a doctor for happiness, Andy, because, I've gone through trauma. Andy. I was like,
Yeah,
that's a bad start.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I was okay with it. Like, I thought that she was fairly accountable. I mean, look, we've seen Karen on the air for like 10 years. And this is a woman who's never been even close to accountable for anything she's ever done, right? It's always a very slippery answer for everything. So she was, I think, being pretty upfront and acknowledging things that, like, in her last season, she was literally not even able to address without having some sort of meltdown. So the fact that she was...
What I mean is that she, the way that she worded it, and the way that she worded, like, it's not really alcoholism. I don't call it that. I call it, she's trying to say it's like the pills, which were Prozac and stuff like that. They were antidepressants, which can, I did some research on it. People can abuse those, but generally they don't. I mean, generally you abuse alcohol and drugs. I mean, prescription drugs, sure, but not like Prozac type things. But it has been done. But the fact that she's like holding on to that because she doesn't want to say she's an alcoholic, and I kind of understand that. It's kind of the Shannon Bedore thing of not really wanting to say you're an alcoholic because you are in a world where everybody's drinking. And once you say you're an alcoholic, that's it. I mean, unless you're Craig Conover,
right?
In which case exactly. You can do whatever you want. But generally, you say you're an alcoholic and that's it. So I was a little worried at the beginning of this that she was going to start skirting around and using language that not only kind of gives her an excuse because she's like, well, I had to take the antidepressants because my parents died, and I had to take the, and then I had to take the She's using like real stuff and kind of still using that as an excuse. In other words, is what it kind of sounded like at first.
Yeah, I didn't really, I have to say it didn't really bother me. I didn't even mind that she didn't want to say that she was an alcoholic, because I do actually think that when you're a public figure on these shows, you have to like give yourself some wiggle room in case like you do like go the Luann route, which is like, yes, I had a problem with alcohol. I've figured out how to drink, in moderation without like being a danger, etc. And so she doesn't want to close off any avenues. But also, like, Karen is the master of like the rebrand. She won't even call herself 60. It's her what was
Triple
it?
20.
Triple 20. Like
Her triple
it's
30.
almost like I would expect nothing less of Karen Huger than to come up with like, I'm not an alcoholic. I'm just someone who deals with alcohol and likes to lick things. So I'm an alcohol licker, but not an alcoholic. It's like that kind of thing. Like I expect that from her. So, and I don't know, to me, based on the trauma in her life, it's serious trauma. So it like, to me, it makes sense if like her storyline to me or how she described how she got to where she was from point A to point B, from when she was 19 to now, makes sense to me. And I understand it. And it seems like she was being, for me, I felt very satisfied. Not that it's up to me to be satisfied or not satisfied with her explanation of how she got to this point.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so she starts going on about, basically it's a lot of questions about alcoholism and stuff like that. She does say that Andy plays her clips of the girls at the reunion, Ashley being like, well, I was on the train here. I forget how ham-handed Ashley is with her housewifery. But when she's like, well, I was on a train coming up here, Andy, and let me tell you, I sat by this guy and we talked about me being on the show. And then he said, oh, I know that woman. She used to get drunk at this legal seafood every day, and I would wait on her. I'm like, oh, wow. Well, what a coincidence that Ashley just happened to be on a train with this guy who remembers Karen from, 40 years ago or whatever. And so
But Karen confirms it.
Karen confirms it. She
She's
says,
like,
Ashley is correct. I was drunk all the time at the legal seafood, but it was 20 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love that gossipy waiter just holding on to that on a train. Like he just remembered it 20 years later. Like, oh, yeah, I remember her.
Just such a funny place to just get drunk at every day. Like legal seafood. What a delicious manifestation of your struggles is that you're like, well, I get drunk every day, but I also have a wonderful bowl of clams.
I get illegally drunk at the legal seafood.
Also, like how Andy's just like holding up this laptop. He's like, ha, ha, ha. It's still so messy as always. And then I don't know if anyone else felt this way, but when he was done showing the clips, he like put the laptop on the ground by his chair and like it was there for like several cutaway shots. I was like, is someone going to strike this laptop? When are we going to get rid of this laptop? And then he showed some more clips and then someone took it away. But I was honestly a bit distracted by the laptop on the floor.
There was some talk about the body cam footage, which became viral when Karen was arrested, because this was when she was like, oh, I'm not drinking. And there's kind of saying that there's someone else. Like, I wasn't even driving. And they're like, what? Well, if you weren't driving. And then Ashley brings that up, well, she said I heard someone else was in the car, and Karen insists that nobody else was in the car. This footage was cray-cray. We talked about it when it first came out. It was nuts. I mean, I'm Thomas. Do you know who I am? Thomas Jefferson's concubine. Just completely unhinged. Now, where it got crazier, because we've all seen that, I'm sure. But she's like, well, I didn't even watch that film, and I didn't allow Ray to watch it. And listen, trust me, Ray does what I tell him. He's wanted to see Moana for years. I won't let him do it. She's just so cute. But, I didn't have input from my husband, and I couldn't relate to what my lawyers were telling me, because I just knew I was in a video that went viral, and I said, let's just look at the positive, boys. So that's why I didn't take the plea deal, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And I don't know that I believe that. I mean, really, no one watched that. Karen, everybody watched that video. I'm sorry. I don't believe for 1 second that Karen did not watch it and that Ray did not watch it and that the lawyers didn't make them watch it. And the lawyers, even if she didn't watch it, the lawyers didn't say, yeah, you called yourself Thomas Jefferson's concubine and literally said, I'm lit as you got out of the car. You need to take a plea deal. Someone told her.
I fully believe that she did not watch it. I don't think Karen facing reality has never been one of her strong suits. She's never been able to, really see herself in the mirror, it seems. I mean, she always has some sort of, slippery story about why X, Y, and Z happens. So I fully can understand, and I fully believe that she would not have seen. I think if she had seen that video, I think she would have acted very differently on the last season. But I think she was just like, whatever. I don't want to see myself drunk. I know I was drunk. What do I have to see? I'll just fight this. But I do believe her lawyers watched it, and I bet
Of
they were probably
course.
banging their head against the wall. I mean, they had to
and
watch
look,
it.
I disagree, but I will agree with you on one thing, and that is the Karen delusion. I think she watched it because there's no way that Karen is not going to watch herself on a viral video. Sorry. There's just no way that she's going to be like, I'm getting millions of views and I'm all over the news. I'm not going to watch myself. I don't believe it. But I think that she probably did watch it and was like, what's so bad? Whatever. That's not so bad. I'm like, I look great.
That was fantastic.
It was funny. It went viral. I'm a star. There's no way with everything going on in the world, there's worse things happening. This was nothing. I'll get off. So I do I do agree with the delusion. I just have a hard time believing that she
You think that
who
like
knows? Who knows the truth? We're not there.
You think so? Basically, where we stand is that you feel like her narcissism was strong enough that she, of course, watched the video, and I felt like her delusion outranked her narcissism, where she couldn't even still watch it. So that's basically
I think her narcissism made her watch it, but her delusion made her think that it was going to be okay. Because, like, if you think about it, these ladies are sloppy all the time, on these shows, and they're shocked Dorinda was shocked when she was, exercised from Real Housewives of New York for being so vilely bitter and drunk. It's like, you guys have been praising me for years for being bitter and drunk, and now you're going to kick me off for, like, how does this make any sense? And it's because it just went too far. And I think that there's a disconnect there. It's like, well, this has always been entertaining to people, and now it's too much. Like, what the hell?
Yeah. She also talks about how her relationship with Ray is, a constant work in progress, aka not good. And he had told her at one point, like, look, as you work on yourself, if you realize that you need to leave me, and that's okay. I give you my blessing. Just give me a heads up, because tickets to Florida are really expensive, and then the sooner I can get ahead of that, more months in advance I know before I can move to Florida. Just let me know, Karen. Okay, but if you want to leave, it's okay. It's okay. You can leave. And she says that the day that she was drinking, it's she was just trying to get away, because she says that, like,
We were going through it. I was unhappy. The kids were gone. The house was a tomb. Just dead fax machines everywhere. Very sad. Needed to get away. Needed drinky boo. Can't think of all those old technologies that just clutter our living room.
Yeah, she talks about how 20 years ago, her kids felt that there was a problem, and she got her first DUI, and she goes through everything that she was, having trouble with, and that she went to the doctor, and her kids thought she had a problem, but the doctor was like, oh, no, you're fine. Here, just take these pills. And she won't name the pills because she doesn't want to get sued by Big Pharma. But she says it was an antidepressant. And he's just like, you can't say what it was? Nope. Benzos? Nope. Can't say. Do you have any right now? They sound great. Do you have any in your purse still? So he's like, when you said at the time you were under the influence, how did that manifest itself? How much were you drinking? And she's like, oh, well, it's not so much that I was drinking, Andy. It was the pills. It was the pills that the doctor gave me. So there's like a hint of skirting here still. And he's like, well, you're saying that, you're talking about alcoholism, but you're also saying that the drink wasn't calling you. And she's like, well, it didn't call me that night. What I'm saying is I was running from home. So she talks about all that stuff, as you said. And then he says, well, you did it 4 times. I mean, this was your 4th DUI. And she's like, well, let's talk about that. Well, I drank in the past, and I drove, and I had a DUI. I had 2 DUIs, not 4. Okay, let's be clear. Very, very clear. 2 of the times I was drinking and driving, and 2 of the times I had a drinking and driving under the influence. Very different, Andy. They're very, very different.
2 DUIs and 2 DWIs. Very different letters. Okay?
I was wondering if that's what she meant, because it used to be DWI, right? And then they changed it to DUI. So I'm wondering if she was just using that as being like, no, there were no two DUIs. There were two DUIs and two DWIs.
No, here's the thing. There's 2 DUIs, but unfortunately I was so DUI'd that the 2 DUIs look like 4 DUIs, but it's really just 2. But but yeah,
I was just so drunk that I saw 2 was 4.
But yeah, she says that yeah, like she it sounds like what she's Andy clocks her a bit for saying she's constantly talking about going to NA and pills, whatever. And he's like, it doesn't seem like you're really talking about the alcoholism very much, or having a struggle with alcohol. And she's saying, no, I do. But NA is really like where I'm focusing, and it was the pills that really did it. She's really kind of emphasizing the pills more than the booze, which in my mind, the way I read it is like, if you see me drinking on future seasons, don't come at me. Okay, because it was the pills that was the issue.
That's what I think she's trying to do. And it took her pretty much the whole hour to get to the, okay, well, fine. It's a lifelong problem with alcohol. It's a disease and I'll never drink again. Like, it really took her a long time to get to that point because she was trying to skirt, all of this and be like, no, NA is my thing. NA is my thing, not AA. And so she was like, I just wanted to go in there and lead the classes. And she said, I actually led the NA class and the AA class. And he's like, oh, forgive me, but you're in there for a DUI. So, like, why the fuck would you be leading the class, basically?
Yeah.
And she was like, well, because before I was sentenced, I got the treatment. And, I'm a quick learner. So I just took that and I took it and I helped the children. I helped the children in jail, Andy.
And I taught them about Potomac etiquette as well. As long as I was there. Why not?
It is difficult to believe a thing that Karen says. I'm sorry. I'm like, what? You were leading?
Yeah.
What? Come on.
Well, tell me about your first night in jail. That's got to have been pretty scary before you learned you could teach classes about things you nominally knew about. Yes, well, Andy, it was very scary. I had a metal toilet. And I was thinking to myself, how many people have sat on this thing? So there were young women who were going through menstruation. And I said, oh, I'm going through menstruation issues. Please help me.
And they basically gave her like maxi pads or something, and she lined her toilet with maxi pads, and that's how she made her little throne.
She said she would take like eight or nine maxi pads to line the toilet with. How clogged up was that toilet? There's not strong flushers in jail. I wonder how many times she clogged up that toilet.
I know. I mean, also like she would have to like, it's a lot of maxi pads you have to go through to keep that fresh, keep that throne fresh. Andy was like, let's talk about your homecoming a little bit. There was a lot of talk about your outfit that you wore when you were released, because this is what matters the most. How did you look? So how did you decide what you were going to wear? Did Ray bring that to you? Did Raven bring it to you? Who brought that? Did a deer bring it to you? What's going on with that? Let me be very clear. I had jail clothes on. I was in a jumpsuit. What? You did? Oh my God. Yes. It was beige. And I may not wear beige for a good while now. I'm traumatized by beige.
He's like, you're in beige right now. And sure enough, she was wearing a beige outfit. She goes, no, this is not beige. This is blush. Please, I will never wear beige again.
But it was a cute jumpsuit. But, Tatiana came by and she brought me clothes, large jeans, and a little do-rag, and I skedaddled on. And he's like, okay, well, so what do you miss the most about prison? Let's see. I'm sorry. What did I miss the most while I was in prison? Is that what you meant to ask, Andy? Yes, I did.
I'm sure. He's like, tell me, what was the best part of prison?
Yeah. And she's like, well, I miss holding Raven's hand. I took a picture of Raven's hand and all that. And, she was stripped down. She saw Gray's. She's like, you may see me with white hair soon. I'm like, Karen, I hate to break it to you, but you did do the platinum blonde wig thing for a whole season. So she's like,
yeah.
You'll see my hair in a color you've never seen before. Wait.
And so she talks about seeing her hair gray and stuff like that. And she was basically, I don't know where it is in here. It's a lot of interview. But there was one point where, hold on, what was I going to say? It was very important. And I'm losing it because I'm seeing all these. No, you go talk about the breakfast.
No, I wasn't sure. I just was throwing that out there because she's had to wake up at 4:30 and have breakfast at 5 and then in bed by 9, etc. It just sounds awful to me. They served her crab meat and chicken,
But she wouldn't eat the dirty bird, just the crab meat.
I was like, they serve crab in jail? That's
Well,
nice.
I know. I thought that too. I was like, wait a minute. She's like, it was terrible. Crab, lobster, beignets, eggs Benedict. I mean, Andy, terrible. Damn it. I remembered it and then I forgot to talk about
alcoholism. It's about Raven.
Oh, it was about when Andy was like, so wasn't it rough? Were you in Gen Pop? And she's like, oh, well, let me tell you. They were trying their best to give me celebrity treatment, Andy. They wanted to put me in the tower, the highest tower where the celebrities go in county. And I said, no, I will go to general population. I insist on going to general population to help the youth. It's like, oh, okay. So
Yes.
you requested to be in general population.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure. And then she was telling the girls, because she was trying to help the younger girls in there. And she was saying things like, it's me, Karen Hugo. Now, listen, it took me 3 decades to get to this point. What are you doing here at 20? I was like, I don't know that that's coming off the same way, you know?
You know, I'm like a 5-wick candle. They're a single wick. And I said, you gotta earn wicks to lose wicks. You know what I'm saying? And they would just sort of look at me in the face and they said, are you still drunk somehow? And I said, yes, I am. Drunk off of crab booze. I've got a crab moonshine operation going on. Just put that crab meat through the maxi pad and see what comes out and ferment it. And next thing you know, you got that hooch.
I learned how to make moonshine, Andy. That's correct. Out of maxi pads and gumption.
All
My
right,
new
well,
business.
I think that might signal that we are done here. Can your hot zone come out one last time? No?
Yes,
Okay.
I've got dollar bills in my hand. Get over here.
But yeah, it's basically, she is ready to go to the reunion. She's ready to face questions. And
there's some drama with Wendy because, Andy was
Yeah.
saying, well, Wendy was upset that you didn't say anything to her. You didn't thank her in your speech at the reunion where you thanked literally everybody, even the craft services people. You thanked everybody except Wendy. And she said, Wendy knows why I didn't thank her. That's a conversation for me and Wendy.
Yes, that's right. She knows what she did. I forgive you and I want to forget you. I'm on the hills now.
So yeah, that was it. It was an interesting hour, and excited for Karen to come back. And it'll be so interesting to see how Karen now steps into this cast after this past season of dynamics and shifting. But it'll be great.
And sober.
And I'm sure she'll have some words.
That's always the thing on
Wendy.
these shows. When people stop drinking, it's like, what's this version going to be like? Because it is a different version. And I don't think Karen was really known as being like a drunk. Like, I don't think her reputation on the show was like, oh, there's drunk Karen, so it probably won't be that different. But
But that was definitely there for sure.
it was there. That was an element.
It
And
wasn't
going
her
into
reputation.
life sober, like to anybody who's ever done it, God bless you. I go into life semi-sober. Like I stopped a lot. I stopped drugs, so that was good. And then I stopped drinking for the most part. Like I'll still have a drink every once in a while, but I'm not like getting hammered all the time like I was. And thank God I was able to do that. But it's very different. You walk into your life, your friends don't really know how to deal with you. Everyone takes it very personally if you don't have a drink when you're out with friends. And they're like, why aren't you drinking? Why are you an alcoholic? What's the problem? It's still an issue to this day. And it's hard. It's going to be a rough road to hoe. So I'm interested to see how she handles all that.
Yes. So with that being said, let's shift on down the schedule into Married to Medicine, where I don't know if you read the news today, Ronnie, but we have some tragic developments in the world of Married to Medicine. Did you hear about this?
No, what happened?
Quad and King. They are done. They are
No
broken
way.
up.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
They're broken up. It was
why?
confirmed when he wrote on someone's Instagram, yep, I left that situation. So, yeah, another one bites the dust. Sorry, King. But you
Wow.
are
Well, I
dead to
liked him.
us.
I liked him okay.
I liked him.
He did show a lot of red flags, but I can't say I'm terribly broken up about that one. Although I do like seeing Quad happy. But was she?
Yeah. Makes me sad for Quad, but
Yeah.
makes me happy because I think we both knew on some level that King was not the one for her. So that was the big goss that dropped today. But for Married to Medicine, though, we are still in the Florida Panhandle at MiraMarred Beach for the girls' trip, and Heavenly has arrived with everyone. And Simone is, of course, very upset that Heavenly is there. So Jackie sits down with Simone and says, Simone, can I validate your feelings? I'm like, are we in a parking garage? Are you trying to insert her feelings into a machine and pay $250?
Now, you don't have to get your feelings validated, but if you bring them to me at a later date, it will cost you $20, which is the full day maximum.
I'm just concerned because you have been here for more than 4 hours and it will start to add up.
Now tell me, did your feelings buy anything in the gift shop? Anything at all? Bottle of water?
I did buy something at the snack bar.
Oh, well, unfortunately, only the gift shop validates, so I cannot validate your feelings right now.
I do not need validation for my feelings. She goes, I understand, Simone. And she's like, just say what you want, Jackie. And she's like, well, I understand, but, I just want you to hear me right now. I want you to hear what my glasses are saying to you. And that is, ah. Do you understand?
I think so. I think what I've heard from your glasses is that at first you're going to be the most amazing friend, but if I stick around too long, you're only going to be kind of okay.
And
think about it, Jackie. Think about it. It's a commentary on your song and what it's related to.
I get it.
I'd like you to
like
hold
the sequel.
space for the lyrics of Defying Gravity. Thank you. Now, I do want you and Heavenly to hear each other so that you can find out the why. Because I have chosen not to talk to Heavenly about it either because I want to hear it. You know what I want to hear? The why. The why, Simone. And Contessa's like, oh my God, what in the heavenly crimes is going on here? I called you, Heavenly. And she's like, oh man, what's going on? You didn't even know it was my man's birthday. You didn't even know? How could you not know it was Daddy's birthday? It's on everybody's calendar. It didn't pop up on your calendar. Come on, girl.
It was my man's birthday night. Everyone knows it's Daddy's birthday. It was Daddy's birthday. Happy birthday to Daddy. It was Daddy's birthday. That's what I had to do.
So Contessa's like, wow, Simone is not happy about her being here. I mean, what am I supposed to do as a host? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to buy balloons and then hand everybody really sharp things and have them diss each other and then explode balloons in each other's faces. So surely this will calm everybody down.
That'll be great. So Heavenly is like,
I just felt like I needed a break or a breather because there's a lot going on at Angel's party and it's like a lot.
like, well, are you here or are you just popping in? It's like,
Oh, I'm here till Thursday. I'm here.
so Jackie's like, there is nothing right about it, but I still think that both of you, who have been friends on and off, need to at least hear the other person.
Well, it's just hard to hear.
It's not hard. You can do it. Do it for good.
Jackie, I will not acknowledge the second part of that franchise.
But the giraffes can talk. Just
I don't know if I
Heavenly's the
understand
giraffe.
that.
Just pretend Heavenly's the giraffe. Talk to her. Talk to her deeply. And Jackie's like, well, what I'm not going to do is say, Simone, you're right. Heavenly, you're right. Somebody is going to have an opinion, and Heavenly's obnoxious, but I know her heart. And Simone's like, oh my God, I don't know, if I talk to her, I'll say, I don't know what is going on in your life that you think it's okay to talk to me this way. She goes, that is exactly what you need to say to Heavenly. You're just a girl in a bubble. Damn it, Jackie.
The neighbors are gonna know I'm in town.
Because she's saying how, when she gets mad, her voice gets elevated. Well, I saw the county jail and we don't want to go there because no one mourns the wicked. Am I right?
So you got my bail money, huh?
And it's like a whole joke about how they always say that. And Simone explains that whenever they go somewhere, they always say, you have my bail money. It's hilarious. You had to be there, guys. So
And
Jackie
she says it,
is
but the way Simone says it is like, yeah, we always promise that we'll bail each other out of jail. Jackie doesn't need to be bailed out of jail. You're the one. So then we go back to Contessa, and she's like, okay, you need to pick a room, but they're all taken. And Heavenly's like, oh, I'll just sleep with Quad in that balcony room. And so they talk about how they need to go take baths. And Mimi's like, because we still have Dolphin on us. And Dolphin cannot arrive with nighttime Mimi. I'm telling you that right now.
daytime Dolphin does not work with nighttime Mimi. Okay. So they're like, okay, we're gonna shower. There's also gnats everywhere.
There's gnats. That's the other plot is someone brought gnats to the house. I think it was the dolphins. I mean,
I think it was the dolphins too.
I love a dolphin, but you know that dolphins smell. The gnats are just like, oh, I smell some dolphin. Let's go to that house because they're all
Gnats
still covered in
love
dolphin
dolphin.
juice. I guess. I mean, I don't know.
You know that gnats love dolphin. They're like, oh yeah, this is why I moved to Miramar for that sweet dolphin access. So then Toya checks in with Simone. She's like,
So how was it today?
and Simone's like,
It was good. It was really good. It was just peaceful. Does it talk to you? No. Did Heavenly speak to me? I can't understand what you're saying, Toya. You have to speak more clearly, Toya. Okay, I'm assuming you asked if Heavenly talked to me, and the answer is absolutely not.
She's like, well, what the hell? Because you just said you don't feel safe here, but you're standing in the house with the person you don't feel comfortable with? What's that about? Well, Toya, since when do people on these shows leave homes because they're uncomfortable? The whole show is built on uncomfortability. But Toya is really just anti-Heavenly. She's just anti no matter what. And so she's mad that she's not staying they're all mad that she's not staying in a hotel. And then Quad is in the room catching Heavenly up. And she's like, you were the topic of conversation last night. Now, did she push you or not? Because she said that she said that she did not push you. And she goes, well, she did this. Let me show you exactly what she did. And then she shows her that Simone supposedly bumped her, like body bumped her, and then like flew her hand at her, which didn't
like
really.
flung the hands. No, this
Yeah, it
100%
didn't really
did
happen.
not
That did not
happen.
happen. Yeah. Heavenly's
Simone
full of shit.
removed her hand from Heavenly's hand from her shoulder and walked away. And I mean, Simone was not happy, so maybe Heavenly took it as an aggressive moment, but she just simply removed the hand. Heavenly's like, well, I took a picture, and she was like, this, get your motherfucking hand off me. And that's what she did. And even if I was upset, like, don't do all of that, but then that was uncalled for, and it was unnecessary, and I don't like it. Did she own any part of it? And Quad's like, well, what I want you to understand is campaign manager to candidate. She never said she never pushed you. Well, I'm telling you what happened. I mean, you may call it a push, but like, you call it whatever you want. But like, the energy was evil, for the lack of the better record. Evil, Simone, it was on the edge. But she was like, I was just being a nice girl.
And Quad's like, so can you guys be in the same room? And she's like, yeah, but don't, do all of that, whatever you want to call it. So Quad's like, well, this is definitely a different picture than how Simone explained it. They were all there. I don't understand how nobody saw any of this happen. This was a group scene and a group party, and they're all, look, Heavenly, they were taking a picture, right? They had just gotten into an argument. Then someone was like, oh, I want to take your picture. So Heavenly gathered to take the picture and came up and put her arm around Simone. Simone removed her arm and said, I don't want to talk to you. And then it became a screaming and yelling match between the both of them. So yeah, there was no abuse here. But everyone's pretending they didn't see it. So I guess they can just stay out of this fight because nobody wants to be in the middle of this.
No, they don't. So Simone is with Toya in the room. Simone's like on her laptop in bed, and she's like,
If I'm going to get out of this bed, what I'm not going to do is sit in the presence of someone who is lying on me. And Toya's like, well, you have to do it. Because you know what Eugene says? He says Heavenly is perfect for the candidacy because all she does is lie. High five.
so now it's time to check in with the men because let's see what's happening. And so we go
The real
over to
reason
Steve.
everybody watches this show to see what Eugene thinks about life.
Men loafing about. So we go to Steve first, and he is watching his kids as they fight, and he's like, when's she back? And then here's what I was amused by. We cut to Eugene, and he's there with his kids, and they're at some sort of crafting thing where they are like, they're doing something with thread, with like these guns, the threading guns and easels. It's like a very crafty moment, and I thought it was so funny that like this is what Eugene and the boys were doing with Toy Out of the House. They're doing this like little wholesome threading activity that, I don't know, was it rug making? What were they doing, Ronnie? I was so amused by this.
I have no idea because they were like ropes. You know,
It was like
that they were
ropey and-
it looked like stapling, like some kind of staple
Embroidery.
thread. I mean, I don't know.
I wanted to do it.
I'll tell you, were they like patterns that they bought and then they were
They
going
were like
over
making
them?
race cars.
Because one was pretty
was like-
good. Like one was a car. Yeah. So I'm guessing they were pre-made patterns. And then the other one was just some kind of shape. I don't know, but I thought it was really funny.
It just
too.
was like, because I feel like everything we know about Eugene and the boys is that they're all adorable nerds in the best way, meaning that it seems like Eugene gets the boys together, they watch Marvel movies and they play video games together. And so it was funny that they just decided to do this analog crafting experience while Toya was out of town. Like, guys, guess what? We're gonna make race cars out of rope. All right, like get in the car.
That's nice. You making your mom a rug? It says gather a bitch. That's nice. She's gonna love that.
Our note taker says it's a rug making place. I just wasn't sure, but they didn't look like rugs. Were they like placemats or?
I don't know.
I'm gonna
I don't
need
know.
some.
Can't
I'm
tell
gonna
you,
need
babe.
some. Someone's gonna help. Someone, please help. Please
I
help.
don't know. So he's like, guys, we need to have a very serious talk. You know, I work a lot and you guys need to learn things from me and you're going to learn everything from their mother. And they just laugh at him. And he's like, yeah, this is what you're learning from me. Rugs.
Rugs.
glad I
Rope.
could be here.
Sending rope into fabric via some sort of weird gun. And but the rope was like coming from the ceiling. It was like a whole thing. It was like a whole elaborate thing. I'm so intrigued. wanna
So
go.
then we go over to Cecil with his boys. And he's like, okay, I've been read the riot act by your mother. And so now I'm going to have a father scene where I stand up for your mother. So he's like, guys, you know, you need to be nicer to your mother because she supports you. I think he's drunk. I'm just going to say right now, he's slurring and I think he's drunk. Not that I really blame him, but I don't think we've ever seen a scene with Cecil without a drink in his hand this season. And he seems drunk right now. Like the last scene, it was in the daytime and he's like sitting in bed with a full like yard of beer in his hand. So I think Cecil's just committing at this point.
Yeah. I'm sorry, Ronnie. I figured it out. I think the place I went to was called Tuft House, and I just sent you a link. There's a place in Los Angeles where we can go do this, and it is rug making. It's a technique called tufting, and apparently it's a thing. And you go in and you tuft. So there you go, everyone. To anyone who's banging their head on the steering wheel, tufting is the activity.
Oh, and there's
so-
even a link for date night. Guys, if you have found your
Ronnie?
mate, this is how to know. Date night.
Will you join me?
I broke him up. I broke up with him when he took me to tufting on our first date.
I feel like I am going to propose this to Dom. Like, Dom, do you want to? Dom will be like, we don't need a random homemade rug, which is actually a fair point. What do you do with this thing once you make it? Some janky
I love a
homemade race car
rug. I've got rugs everywhere. I'd love to make a rug. Although these don't look like the sturdiest rugs.
They look beyond shitty.
I don't know that I trust myself. So Cecil is giving a speech to the boys, and he's like, you guys need to appreciate your boys, right? Your mom, because she spends all this money and we want to retire. Like, has she ever told you that this is why she's stressed, because she wants us to retire? And they're like, no. Okay, well, glad we had this talk. Do you have any beers in your fridge? Then we go over to Mimi checking in with Steve. And he's having a rough day with Stevie, and they moved too slow, so he didn't get to regular summer camp. So now he's stuck having daddy camp. And he's like, please kill me.
Office camp.
This is making me
Yeah,
crazy.
Steve.
I've got the kid at the office. Please.
Please
Come
come
home.
back. Come back soon. Anytime soon. And she's like, well, today I went swimming with dolphins. I wish you were there to join me. Would you have done that? He's like, no, no way. So then now it's time for the ladies to all sit down for dinner. And Contessa's like, Chef, can you introduce yourself? And this guy comes out. He's like, hey, my name is Chef Christopher Holbrook. I've been Chef of the Year down here for the past 10 years. That's right. MiraMarred Beach's own celebrity chef, Chef Christopher Holbrook. Okay, I call these Wu-Tang chicken wings because there's so many ingredients in these chicken wings. It's like I brought the whole clan and put it in the bowl. I was like, I don't know if I love this. This speech right now. I know it's his bit, But I don't know. I don't know if I love some of the wording in it. I like. Can we not do this?
You're not hungry for clan chicken?
No. It also was like this.
That doesn't sound good to you.
No, I felt like this was inappropriate. But I think they all just sort of smiled and were like, "Okay, we see you're trying to make a joke here. You can move on."
Yeah, please go now. I'm sorry I asked your name because he wasn't even going to go into the whole spiel. He was just like, "Hey, y'all, here's some appetizers." She goes, "Could you just introduce yourself to everybody instead of just dropping off the food?" And then he went into this monologue. So, Contessa, you did this. You did this.
There was, and like, you just look at this guy and you're like, this. I just am like, if the analogy is I'm naming this after Wu-Tang. Because there's so many ingredients. It's like I've got a clan of ingredients. I mean, isn't there like I just feel like there's another pop culture metaphor out there that can sort of convey the same thing without just sounding so off. Just not the strongest.
Yeah. Also, are they spicy? Wu-Tang? I mean, I know they've got a lot of members, but I don't know. There were a lot of questions.
Is one of those wings old and dirty? That's what I want to know.
So Quad's like, "Where are you from? Your accent is ridiculous." And he's like, "Well, I'm actually born in Atlanta. I was on the South. I'm a South Side boy. You better watch out. I'm going to get you. South Side boy, you better watch it. You better watch your step."
Like, okay, you can go now. You can go now, sir. You can go. You can go. You can go. Thank you for the food.
So they just brushed that one off. And Quad's like, "Let's start with a prayer. Who wants to say grace? Simone, do you want to say a prayer?" She says, "No. Will not say a prayer."
Commercial break.
I'll say grace. Let's not get wait in Jesus' name.
And so like, okay, thank you, Toya. That was really beautiful.
Thank you for making this nourishment for our body and taking out all the impurities. You're literally drinking a martini right now. So they're talking about the house. And Contessa's like, "Am I a good hostess? Do you guys like the house?" And they're like, "Yeah, everything's nice." And so they're not going to make small talk. So Contessa's like, "Okay, Heavenly, why didn't you get on the plane yesterday? Let's talk about it." And she's like, "Well, there was a lot going on, and I needed to get my headspace together, and it was not, I just didn't want to come with the wrong energy."
So it's not just that you don't want to be in the same plane as Simone, says Contessa. It's like,
or the same house, or the same tufting place. Go ahead, say it.
I just didn't want any negative energy. That's it. I just want a positive energy.
Well, I expressed through the group that you didn't feel safe being around me.
No, what I said was I'm done. I'm not coming, okay? And I said that you were very aggressive. And I think I used the word unhinged. I was like a lot. And I didn't want to come with that energy. And I said you pushed me, and that's and then a lot happened because you pushed me. You pushed me, Simone. You pushed me.
She's like, "I did not push you." She goes, "Well, I was touched." And she goes, "Yes, because you touched me and I took your hand." "No," she said, "you get your motherfucking hands off of me." She's like, "No, I was there with movement. There was movement. No, I don't want to have an argument because I was there as well and I felt the energy." And she's like, "Well, I didn't shove you. You put your arm." She goes, "No, you did like this." And then she does like the swing of the arm again. And she goes, "No, your arm wasn't there. It was around my neck, by the way." "Well, you and I were there. You and I were there." She goes, "And I took it and I said, 'Get your hands off of me.'" And so, Simone is making it sound a lot, maybe like very like ginger, but either way, Heavenly's full of shit. Do you think Heavenly is just flat out lying, or do you think Heavenly remembers it as being more dramatic?
I think she just remembers it incorrectly. I don't think she's lying. I think that she is lying, but I don't think that she's intentionally lying. I think that in her mind, based on the stuff in her life, like that, I think like an unexpected movement. I don't know. Like, I think that somehow, like, she really believes this.
Yeah. So it's somewhere in the middle, but it's definitely more towards Simone's side. Because Simone's like, "Well, you touched me, and then I very gingerly took your hand, and I said, 'Please do not touch me.'"
No, it's like,
with your physical.
No, you definitely took that hand off, but not in a way. There was no pushing. There was none of that.
Yeah. Agreed.
So Heavenly's like,
"No, you didn't do that. You said, 'Get your motherfucking hands off me.' That's what you did, Simone."
Simone's like, "No, I didn't. It's on camera, baby."
Well, we'll watch the footage, and I think you'll see it a little differently.
And I think they sort of are looking at the producers to be like, "You'll bring out the footage now so we can watch it at the table, right?" right? No one does anything. So, but of course the producers show us the clip.
Yeah,
and
they
it's
show us
confirmed
for sure.
yet again.
So Heavenly is just like, no, you were fucking unhinged, period. Now, Heavenly, if you came in here without the like physical aggressive component and just said, listen, you come for me at the beginning of this thing, at this party, we're supposed to be friends. You come up to me with Toya, who you know hates me. And you're like, well, Toya sent me notes from your thing. And then you start telling me off about my thing. And I don't need to be lectured by you. And then you go off on me in public. And it was embarrassing and unhinged. Okay, if she did that, she would have had a different argument. But, you know, Heavenly takes it to this other level, and she's always going off on people in public. So I guess she wouldn't have a leg to stand on with that one either. But yeah, you can't just say someone beat you in a party, girl. Yeah. Come on.
Yeah. So Simone is basically like, I'm not going to eat anymore. I've lost my appetite. And Heavenly's like, well, she was screaming and going all over the place. Did you not see it? Did you guys all not see it? Were you not there? Am I making this up? And Toya's like, oh, I'm going to get some red wine. I'm going to go. No, everyone, hold on. Listen. No, don't leave the table. But they're like, no, we're going to go. So Simone goes in one area. Heavenly goes to another area. And they've gone to their own different corners.
Yeah, and Simone's like, she's doing exactly what I thought she would. She's a lying, low-down bitch. And I understand. Now, but that's what you need to say. That's what you need to say. I want you to come back to the table and very calmly say that she's a lying, low-down bitch. That's what we need to make this all better. And she's like, no. So then Heavenly, on her side, is like, well, I've said everything I can say. You all won't hear today. I like that Heavenly was like, did anybody see this? This was a group scene. Anybody? And nobody would say anything.
Yeah. And Cadessa's like, no, we want to hear you now that you're here. We heard you say your intention was, you know, just to not come, and it was not for her to not come. And Toya's like, oh, what about ruining her as a physician and making it look like she's aggressive? Like when you make comments like that, that's not good. And Heavenly's like, well, she was aggressive. She was very aggressive. Well, so are you. This is aggressive. And Mimi's like, Toya, I'm going to ask you not to interject. And Toya's like, I'm not interjecting. I'm asking a question while someone else is talking. That's not interjecting. That's Toya-jecting, and that's allowed.
You're the interjector. And Mimi's like, where was this energy yesterday? You know, when Simone got to say her side of the story. And Heavenly's like, oh, God, don't worry about it. Toya's just trying to piss me off. That's what Toya does. And she's like, well, the one question I want answered is if you had an issue with your friend Simone, why didn't you? And she goes, oh, is she my friend? Is she my friend? Okay, then if that wasn't your friend, then why did you put your hands on her in the first place? I didn't put my hands on her. Yes, you did. But you put your hands on her to take a picture. So just say that. Like, I was mad at her, but I still wanted to be in the picture. So what's the big deal?
It was not putting the hands. It was not like capital P putting the hands on. It was a, hey, come in, let's take a photo together.
Yeah.
This is why, isn't it the whole thing that Keanu Reeves, whenever he takes a picture with someone, he always looks like has his hands on their shoulders, but his hands are always like 4 inches off of them. He like just does not touch people because he knows that it can be.
He watches Married to Medicine.
He watches Married to Medicine. Yeah. So Toya's like, you put your hands on her. That's not what happened. It's like, so she just randomly pushed you. I'm just saying, okay, well, she didn't push her, and Heavenly did not, quote unquote, put her hands on her like that. They were taking a photo, and Simone was like, I don't want to be in this photo with you. And it was nothing more than that. And it's crazy that it's become such a big thing.
Yeah, and so Mimi's like, well, I mean, they were both asked to take a picture. Yeah, and then she moved the hand off her, and she was like, you know what? I'm going back to my room. Thank you. I'm going to my room with the balcony. So Toya's like, well, she just said it's not a friend. And Quad's like, don't yell at me. Like, leave me out of it. So Mimi talks to Heavenly, and she's like, well, you know, we didn't hear Heavenly as we did Simone yesterday, and that's not fair. And Heavenly's like, yeah, you know, I don't feel like I deserve this. Like, I don't understand why she's so angry with me. And Brandy goes, well, do you understand now that the implications when you use certain words like hostile? But it was hostile. Oh, like,
okay, so you don't understand. So Simone is saying, I understand that I also need to give grace like God gives me every day. And I am not ready. I'm not ready. Okay, well, let me just remind you that no good deed goes unpunished. And what Heavenly needs to hear right now is the heart of Simone. Can you give her that heart?
Please. All anybody needs is the heart of Simone. Take it away, Simone. Take it away.
New York, LA, the Sunset Strip, the heart of rock and roll. Also Simone. So Simone is like,
She's not going to get it. She didn't come wanting it, and she's not going to get it.
okay, I'll do it. Where's Heavenly? So she goes off to go find Heavenly and everything. And Quad's like, well, sometimes we try to speed up people's processes because it's something we want right now. But we do have to allow people to kind of take their time. I mean, even between you and I, so I get it, whoever I'm talking to. Oh, it's a Plant. But either way, Plant, we're on good page now.
And now Jackie is talking to Heavenly, and she's like, what I need my friend to hear is that I've got two great friends that I love. And as long as you're mine, I'm hurt right now. And Heavenly's like, but I'm hurt. I'm the one who's hurt. She's like, you have to hear me. Are you willing to just say as a friend, I hurt you? You don't have to go back and say you hurt me. You know, in a relationship, somebody's going to be the bad person.
Wicked, if you will. Oh, I can do it, Jackie. I can do it. I can do it. Goddamn, I can do it, Jackie. And Mimi's like, but you're going to do it from here, your heart. Let me tap your heart so you remember exactly what I'm talking about. This is, is that a Tin Man reference? No, I get that. That's what we know. Is that a scarecrow? I'm so confused. I don't know who did what in that movie. It's okay. You don't have to worry about it. Just speak from your heart. You can do that. I mean, everyone keeps saying she's going through so much, but I'm going through so much too. I'm going through a lot right now. I don't know. So Jackie, they're getting very emotional because obviously she's talking about the fact that she has no idea where her son is and she's having a strained relationship with him. And Jackie senses like breakthrough moments. So she's like on her knees and she's like, her voice is cracking. She's like, we're all built different and there's strong people need strong people. And there's a divine transformation that's taking place inside of you and you need to walk in it. Stop, walk in your divine transformation.
So you'll talk to her, you'll say you're sorry and mean it from your heart. And I don't want to make light of the fact that you're hurting, Heavenly. Do I not know that knowing where your baby is has got to be one of the most painful things? So you'll talk to her. Yes, Jackie. Thank goodness.
So yeah, Heavenly agrees to do it. So Quad is like, yeah, she's hurt too. And they're both hurt and they're both trying to be tough. Oh,
You gotta hand it to these people. I mean, the fact that they are on year 9, they've been doing this for so long, especially these OGs have been doing it for so long. They've been having the same fight now for 10 years. And every time is like the first time. Like, oh my God, yes. Will Simone talk to Heavenly? Will Heavenly apologize to Simone? They're still like so hurt, like this has never happened before.
It really is true. So Toya comes in and goes,
oh, Heavenly, you've got tears. I didn't know you had those things inside of you.
And Contessa's like, okay, all these delicate flowers are falling apart in Florida. I love it. I'm such a good host. My hosting dreams have come true. So Jackie's like, you got to say something. Okay, but not right now. Even though you're very emotional and raw, let's save it for tomorrow because otherwise we have nothing to shoot. So we'll go to sleep and you'll put on your bathing suit and tomorrow you'll discuss it. Like, that sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, they're like, let's go in the pool. And Contessa says, yeah, let's go in the pool. I have another game. I'm like, oh, God. Contessa games. Here we go. And Simone's like, no, I don't want to play a game if I'm not in a good mood and I don't want to be fake. And Toya's like, I'm not asking you to be fake. Hit her right there. You're not helping, Toya. And Brandy's like, they don't want to talk. So they decide that they're going to play a game. So Heavenly goes and changes to pajamas, I think. And so now they don't get in their bathing suits. They instead decide not to get in their pajamas and play a balloon game. So this is where they play their balloon game. So she brings out all these inflated balloons. And Mimi's like, does she have a helium tank in her room? Like...
Where did they come from? So they all have these balloons and they're gonna read questions like, who is the person who's like this or who's the person who's like that, and whoever
it's
they
called
think the
Petty
answer is,
Pop.
Petty Pop, Petty Pop, Petty Pop. It was a Justin Timberlake song, and they are gonna pop balloons. So I think this is game number 2 so far for Contessa. It's like she's making up for lost time. She has a whole thing about being a hostess for this trip, and she takes it very seriously. And she has loaded up this trip with as many games as possible, much to our chagrin.
Yeah, so they read clues, and whoever people think it is, they have to pop their balloon. So Brandy goes, this one says breaks the sound barrier. Pop Simone's balloon. I got one. I have one. It's the first to jump to bat, but as soon as things get heated, plays the victim. And so Heavenly pops Simone's. And she goes over there with her pin, and she gets right in Simone's face. She goes, "You bitch!" Pops it right in her face.
So Contessa's like, "Simone, don't let her get away with that. What do you got, Simone? What do you got?" Simone's like, "It's the only friend not to support her girlfriend's political endeavor. That's me." So, oh, no, that's her question. And so then she pops Toya's balloon and everything. And then Toya's like,
You know what these balloons, they were blocking the view for you, bitch. Anyway, whatever.
"Okay, I've got one. Dress is the best in the group." And Toya's like,
Well, I'm not going to pop myself.
I'm like, good. Because I don't know if that's worth the pop there, Toya.
But I like that Toya is guilty in so many of the questions that she's almost out of balloons. She's like, well, I guess you guys could at least see my beautiful face now. And so treats their friends like their patients, and they say Mimi. And then never uses her voice to defend her friends, even when someone's in the wrong. And Quad's like, Jackie, they're talking about you, baby. They're talking about you.
Toya pops all of Jackie's balloons. I love that the women just keep on laughing. You know, if this were Beverly Hills, it would be like, I just don't understand why she would do that. Like, I actually am really supportive. And so the fact that she like popped my balloon, it like makes me wonder, like, were we ever friends? But here they're just all cracking
and
up.
also the moment where Heavenly and Simone, who are in a huge fight, goes up to Simone's face and pops a balloon right in her face. Goes, "You bitch!" And Simone just laughs because. So Quad's like, doesn't make enough to have the friend group, and Simone's like, "Oh, that's Quad."
And
so that was fun.
And Contessa's like, "Wait, who's gonna help me clean up these balloons?" Well, next time think of a better game because it's gonna be you.
I'm not helping you, Balloon Queen. No.
Yeah. Next day, people wake up, and Quad's like, "Heavenly, what verse do you have today?" And Heavenly's like,
Well, I've been reading the book of Ephesians. The Ephesians tell you who you are. And you're not dealing with people and dealing with spirits and principalities, because you cannot come into this campaign being weak, and you cannot come into this campaign being polite. And I cannot Dr. Jackie this shit, because it's got to work if I'm going to be good, if I'm going to win this thing for Daddy.
So Quad's like,
wait a minute, baby, you've got the Bible open. She's like, yes, that's what Ephesians is. So then Contessa is checking everybody and, being a hostess and stuff. And she's like, there are drinks on the table if anybody would like to get a refill. Okay, here's the thing. You ask each other a question. If the person tells you an answer you don't believe, you throw the coffee in their face. Okay? Breakfast game.
Contessa literally does rounds here. She's like, comes by to everyone's room on her laptop and is like, what could I be doing better as a host? What do you need? What would make the situation more fun for you? I'm like, this is a bit much for a vacation. I don't think you actually have to do that. Like, I do not want to have to answer a questionnaire about my experience on this stupid Airbnb Dolphin Miramar Beach situation.
So Contessa checks in with Simone, and she's like, would you be okay if Heavenly is able to say what she needs to say to the group? And she's like, she can say whatever she wants. She goes, okay, everyone. Well, we're all out here by the pool, and we're chilling. We had a great night. Remember the games? That was so much fun. You're never going to see balloons the same, am I right? Okay, so let's just let Heavenly she'll get to talk uninterrupted. And when she says, and I'm done, then you guys can ask questions, okay? Don't forget, it's when she says, and I'm done. Okay, go ahead, Heavenly.
Okay, here we go. Okay.
All right, well, can you guys all gather around? Okay, come in closer. This is kind of my thing this year. I have people come in closer. Okay, so here we go. Is everyone ready for my thing?
And Simone's like, are you okay if I take notes?
I don't give a fuck what you do. Okay, everyone. So first and foremost, I'm running for a campaign. It's very serious for me. When I came to the room, I thought I had an amazing lunch, and so I came off this high at Angel's events, and then what the first thing I heard was like, oh, we have this list for you of shit that you did wrong.
So she starts going into all the things that, like, her feeling of like going into Angel's show, and she felt like she was confronted right away. It put her in a bad mood, and she was like, oh my God, this is crazy. And then in my mind, like it was too much. And then she says that then Simone touched her and she was like, well, I can't go on a trip with all you hoes. I'm not going. So I just extrapolated myself from the group. And she says, I knew the words I needed to use to make it happen. Basically, like she's like, I got myself into this fight so that way I wouldn't have to come onto this trip. And she's like, and that's why I said that Simone was unhinged. And then Toya, of course, is now, well, can I say something? Can I say something? Can I say something?
No, you cannot, Toya. Heavenly's like, she's like, yeah, I want to say something. And she's like, okay, I'm going to go home then because I don't want this to turn into something bad. And so they're like, oh my God, just let her finish her monologue. And Toya's like, stop egging it on like this bitch is not done. Come on, you guys. And Contessa's like, come on, let's just let her go. And Heavenly's like, why do you gotta be a bitch, Toya?
Okay, let's not do that. Don't do that, Toya. You don't do that. And Angel's like, can we allow Heavenly to finish, please? Like, no, I'm good. Thank you very much. So Heavenly gets up and she's like, whatever. Like, I can't get to the bottom of this if we've got Toya in the way. She's too messy. She's always interjecting. And I don't want to deal with that.
So Toya's like, oh, you're doing too much, Heavenly. She's, the energy's not right here, and I don't want to go to that place. But you did the energy, though. You did the energy. And Toya, just Kaya there, please. My God, she never shuts up. And she's getting shit-faced again, which they point out throughout the episode that Toya's just always drinking a lot. And Toya's like, I could do whatever I want. It's my vacation. Yeah, but, like, let other people have their own fights. You have enough.
Right. And Contessa's like, look, Toya, be quiet because it'll go faster if we don't interrupt.
Well, there's no way in the world that you would have thought that we were okay because every single time we got together, you were bringing up my husband and you were yelling at me and you were talking about terrible text messages.
And Mimi's like, excuse me. Okay. I think we're going on a tangent. I'm not devaluing what you're saying, Toya, even though I do think it is incredibly stupid and minimal. But I'm not devaluing it because I'm just giving it its actual value, which is unnecessary. Don't need to hear it. Okay, I'm giving it full value. Okay, but we're getting off topic here.
Well, you're not acknowledging what I'm saying because you're not in the fight. This isn't about you. It's not about you and Eugene, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, she's like, okay, well, this is not. We're going to deal with those two first. Okay, so Heavenly's like, Simone. And while Mimi's trying to settle down Toya, Heavenly goes over to Simone. She's like, Simone, I'm not trying to touch you or anything. I just want you to hear me. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? She's like,
well, I don't think that you do hear me because you're saying I'm on a tangent. You just hear Toya in the background.
Mimi basically gets in the pool to join Toya. It's good. She sort of occupies Toya, like dangles like some attention to Toya so that way Simone and Heavenly can talk. Yeah. And Simone's like, you're saying that I slapped you away. And Heavenly's like, well, I felt like you hit me. She's like, but that's fine that you felt that way. And I felt like I was being violated. And when you use that language that is defaming to my character of all the people here, I have been close to you. And you continue to drag me, and I do not feel like you're my friend.
And she's like, but I understand your feelings, and I was going through things that I shouldn't have said anything, but I never meant to hurt you, Simone. I swear, I was wrong. I did wrong, Simone. I was in a bad place, and I did wrong, and I'm sorry, and you gotta believe that. When you say we're not friends, that hurts my feelings, because that's wrong, and I consider you a friend. I really do, Simone. I really do. A very aggressive, volatile bitch of a friend.
I used to believe that before this, and now I don't. So Heavenly's basically saying, she's like upset. She's telling us that she'd be really upset if their friendship really did end over something like this that was not intentional. I'm like, well, it sounded pretty intentional when you declared that you weren't coming on the trip because Simone pushed you. That's an intentional choice.
I mean, it's good that because she changes tactics, right? She's like, okay, obviously this is not working. Toya's not going to shut the fuck up, and Simone is not going to give an inch. So I'm going to go into plan B, which is just profusely apologizing. So she completely changes. She's contrite, but it's also Heavenly, and we've seen this a million times. On the other hand, Simone was kind of fucking with Heavenly, and she was teaming up with Toya. And I think what isn't being said here is you've got Toya constantly coming for Heavenly. And I'm not saying that that's all Toya's fault because it's Heavenly. They're pretty equal in that. But when she's trying to be friends with Simone and tell her all this stuff, and then Simone teams up with Toya to be like, oh, you're unprofessional and your political career is a joke or whatever in Heavenly's mind, then that's the betrayal. But she's not able to really verbalize that to Simone, and so she never really gets any kind of point across.
Yeah. So Simone is like saying that she's shown us year after year, like the apology, like she can kiss that because it's like we can be cordial, we can have fun, but I have eyes on you because it's like it's always the same thing from her. That's what she's essentially saying. And but then she also tells Heavenly that she's like, there's never been a fight that we have not been able to come back from, but when you drag me in some shit, I'm not fucking with you. I swear to God, I swear to God, I swear to God, that wasn't my intention, but like, just take my word for it, please. Take my word for Simone.
Yeah, and that's pretty much that. So they're gonna kind of make up, but Simone is like, yeah, I don't trust her.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Who knows? But
yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, fun episode. And we will be back mañana with the season premiere of Below Deck Down Under. And it is already Real Housewives of Salt Lake City time on that show. I thought we'd have a couple weeks before we were right back into Salt Lake City.
Yeah, to get to know the new people, etc. But
yeah, I thought I was going to have time to like chill from the reunion, but it's like, okay, here's fights from months ago. Go. Talk about them again.
Capitalize. Yep, capitalize right on it, right? The whole thing. So cool. Excited to watch that tonight. Thanks everyone for being here. Check us out on Amazon Live. Check us out on Crappy Hour with Crystal Kung Minkoff. And we'll catch you in the next episode.
Bye.